Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. For today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the version of you that is emerging. I'm going to have a reading breakdown right here. And now let's get into these piles. So we have 4 piles for you to choose from. I'm going to add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here I've added your crystals. For pile 1, we have this blue lace agate. For pile 2, we have this aquamarine. For pile 3, we have this tiger's eye. And for pile 4, we have this citrine chunk. Pick whichever pile number, or crystal is calling you most, and that is going to be your reading. You may be attracted to multiple piles, and that is totally okay. Timestamps will be listed down below along with the decks that I use. That's always in the description box. Now let's head into your readings. Hello pile 1, how are you doing? Let me know in the comment section below. You've chosen this blue lace agate, and I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And if you are ready to step into your full Empress energy, then Empress Codes is for you. The link is in the description box if you're interested. And you can also book personal tarot readings and coaching calls through the link that is in my description box. So check that out if you feel called to. Now let's get into your reading. So I'm going to pull your cards in a second, but let me lay out your oracles. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is your current energy, and we have the bear for that. Spirit, what is pile 1's current energy? Wow. I feel like taking one more. What is pile 1's current energy? Holy crap. This is a lot of really powerful energy right now, pile 1. We have the Magician at the bottom. So we have 2 kings here, the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, with the bear as your current energy. Pile 1, I just have to read this for you. We have bear, waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move towards the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. When in balance, inner strength, yearning to grow. When out of balance, withdrawal, lethargy, heaviness. To bring into balance, movement and exercise. So I feel like that is just so fitting for your current energy. It seems like you're really working towards your manifestations, building out your goals, making money, taking care of your health and your well-being. I also feel like for many of you, you're healing your masculine energy and any wounds that may be tied to that. I think you're really building a lot of momentum and progress for yourself. So if you've been in a period of like slowness or feeling stuck or heavy, you're changing that around for yourself. Like I'm seeing the image of a ball rolling down the hill. So I feel like that's you, like you had to push maybe initially to get that ball rolling, but now I feel like things are starting to pick up for you and you're gaining momentum. And this is such a beautiful thing because your current energy is grounding your manifestations. It's grounding your vision. It's creating whatever vision you have. You're actually taking the steps to create it. And you're coming out of this period of stagnancy and slowness. And there's just a lot of forward momentum happening, even if it seems slow, because this definitely gives me the feeling that it's slow movement right now. As your current energy, things are still picking up for you. But the momentum is all building forward. So I'm actually very interested to see what cards we had for the version of you that is emerging. We're going to pull your tarot cards after this, but we have the cosmic egg and Uranus. I also want to say for your current energy, it seems like you're building a lot of strength within yourself, and you're going through a process right now of building yourself up and maybe even building your self-worth, building out your vision. All right, now let's see your the version of you that is emerging. Spirit, what version of pile 1 is emerging? What version of pile 1 is emerging? Whoa, whoa. Okay, that's a lot, but we have the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Emperor, and then we have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So that is way too much, and we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom. This version of you that's emerging is so well-rounded and so colorful and full of life and multi-dimensional. Like, I feel like you're honoring your multi-dimensional nature. You're outgrowing placing yourself in one type of box, but rather you're allowing yourself to be multi-dimensional. Like, even on this cosmic egg card, we have so many colors on this egg, and even snakes are constantly shedding their skin. So it's like you're allowing yourself to be multidimensional. You're no longer hiding away or feeling like you have to stick into a box. The version of you that's emerging is one that is very comfortable with change and isn't trying to stick to one thing, like one version of you permanently. So let's see, Spirit, what version of pile 1 is emerging? What version of pile 1 is emerging? And I think the point of the multiple cards coming out is that there is not just one version of you that's emerging. There's multiple versions of you emerging. And to try and stick it to just one or two cards, I feel like that may be, that may not honor the reality of what's happening here. So that is why I feel like all those cards came out, is because there isn't just one version of you that's emerging. There's multiple layers and multiple versions of you, all that you've been building up, that are now finally going to be coming out and being shed. Like, the light is going to be shedding on it, and you're going to finally see it in your external reality, all the work that you've been doing internally. So we have the Chariot and the Queen of Wands. And even with Uranus here, with this Queen of Wands and Chariot, the version of you that's emerging is one that desires freedom and isn't afraid to go after it. Allowing your full expression to be seen. Fully expressing your individuality. You're not shying away anymore. You're not holding back. And even with the two kings here, like, your current energy seems very calm, collected, grounded, and stable, and a little bit slower. And that's not to say that this version of you is no longer going to exist. But the version of you that's emerging is faster, is more bold, it's more ready to take risks, like calculated risks, but is more ready to put yourself out there, to be bold and take up space, and to honor all aspects of you. I feel like the version of you that's really emerging is one that honors all aspects of you, all parts of your multi-dimensional being, isn't trying to, like we said, place you into a box or anything like that. I feel like the version of you that's also emerging is one that is extremely connected to your spirit and your soul, because the cosmic egg is a spirit card. So I feel like you're extremely connected to your spirit, your soul, your inner fire, even your third eye and your inner knowing. I feel like you're connected to that. Like, this version of you that's emerging is really truly loving all the unique parts that make you you, and starting to honor those things and hold space for those things and not shy away, but let them be expressed fully and seen. It's like, this aspect of you isn't going to be thrown away, right? Like this aspect of you was your foundation. You got to build a solid and stable foundation for yourself. That's what you've been working on, it seems like. And so your current energy is building out this solid and stable foundation. And now the version of you that's emerging is adding to this solid and stable foundation, is adding fun and life to this stability. You're blending your feminine and masculine energy so you can become more well-rounded, so you can live life from this whole and complete place, from being well-rounded, and so you can experience a lot more. I feel like your capacity to experience more things is expanding too, and you're honoring your desires in that. I have to read this cosmic egg because holy shit, this is just so perfect. This is you completing your transformation. You've been undergoing a major transformation, and this version of you that is emerging is the version that has completed all this transformation. So let me read from this because it's just too perfect. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra at the top of the head, called the Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine towards the Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. And that is just so perfect. Like, pile 1, you've already had such a powerful energy right now, but you're enhancing that power, and you're really stepping into your full complete transformation. And whatever work you're doing right now, it's already leading you here. So it's not like you have to do anything else. You're already going to get here. As long as you continue doing whatever it is you're doing right now, you're going to naturally get here. This version of you is already emerging. And this is just so beautiful. I love this for you. Let's see why this is happening. But it's gotten me so excited, and I feel like the version of you that is emerging is enthusiastic and has like this zest for life. It's like re-sparking that zest for life. You've been in this stage of doing all this inner work and building your stability and your foundation out, and that's what you're doing right now, it seems like. But this version of you is going to bring the fun to life. It's going to bring that zest and that passion and that like spark for life and that vitality. So you now have foundation that is solid and stable and reliable, and you can have the fun and adventure and like that passion that you desire deep down. So Spirit, why is this happening? Why now? Why is this version of pile 1 emerging? We have the 2 of Wands here. This is happening because you realized you wanted more or something different. And for some of you, this could be a natural result of the manifestations you're working on, because we did see the magician at the bottom. And that is bringing this version to the surface. But it's really your vision for life and who you want to be that is bringing this version to life. And we also have the Hierophant at the bottom. So it's like you've learned your lessons. You've really been diligent in learning your lessons, in healing, in working through past issues, in holding your vision and continuing to have the courage to walk towards that. And you're on track. Like with this Hierophant, it's giving me the feeling that you're finally on track. You're in alignment with yourself. this is happening because you've come back to alignment with yourself. You're on the right path now. And more than anything, I'm feeling like it's because you've realized that it's time to move forward. It's time to move on, and you're not staying stuck in the past stories and the past cycles like you are right now, or you are wrapping this up depending on where you're at in this. But regardless, you're learning your lessons and you're letting go of the past. You're not allowing the past to hold you down or to hold you back. And even with this cosmic egg, like, the interesting thing is that this snake is looking back, and yet all the other cards are either looking forward or like looking to the future or in the present. So what that's giving me is that even if parts of you look to the past, you're no longer stuck in the past. That version of you that's emerging can look to the past for wisdom without being stuck there. And all the work that you're doing right now to release the past and to release the stories from the past are helping to have this version emerge. The message that's coming through is that you're moving on from the past. You've already settled that score. You're walking away from it. Now it's time for the future. And because you've been holding your future vision and continuing to tell yourself like the past is done, whatever happened, but now moving forward, like, regardless if you're telling yourself that or not, your energy is telling yourself that. And because of all that work you've done to release the past and truly hold the vision for your future, this is happening. So let's see what aspects of you are shedding, which is so perfect because we have the cosmic egg here. But Spirit, what aspects of pile 1 are they shedding? What aspects of themselves are they shedding as this new version emerges? You know, with this Ace of Wands, okay, I'm actually getting a few things. With this 9 of Wands at the bottom, it's giving me the feeling that you're shedding this fear of being hurt again. That you're shedding this fear of things going wrong when you follow your spark. I feel like you're really shedding the fear that this spark is not going to lead you in the right direction. You're shedding any parts of you that kept your light dimmed, out of fear of being hurt, to keep yourself safe, shrinking yourself, dimming your light, all of that. Those aspects of you, whatever those aspects are that did that, those are being shed away. You're no longer dimming your light. You're allowing your light, as we see with this Queen of Wands and basically everything with this version of you that's emerging. This light is shining brightly and you're not dimming it for anybody. And with this 9 of Wands, you already know that you're good. You're not afraid of being hurt. And so even if somebody hurts you, you can heal and move on from that. And it just gives you a deeper understanding of yourself and of that other person and whether or not you want that person in your life. So I feel like because of those things and because of the security that you're building with yourself, the secure attachment to yourself that you're working on, these aspects are shedding where you're no longer afraid. You don't feel like you have to dim your light to keep people around. You're not people pleasing either anymore. So all of those aspects of you are being shed. And for a very specific few of you, I'm getting this message that if you have been maybe going from relationship to relationship, or you may be like giving your life force energy away to people, like your sexual energy away, I feel like that aspect of you is shedding as well. And I think you're coming to honor your life force energy and your sexual energy. And so you're not just giving it away to everybody freely. I feel like you're becoming much more aware of where you're investing this energy. And that doesn't necessarily have to do just with like sexual acts, but that could also be like other things too, with what you're consuming, who you're pouring energy into. I feel like all of that, the stuff that you're shedding with this Ace of Wands here. Now let's get your last message from Spirit. Spirit, what last message would you like to give pile 1 before we close this reading? What last message, Spirit, would you like to give? Oh, thank you. I also just feel very fiery in your energy, like very pumped up and ready to go. So, wow, this is a lot. I feel like this version of you that's emerging is just like we've been saying, full of life and so ready to go out there and to experience things and isn't really holding back much. Like, if you have a desire, it seems like you're no longer going to be holding yourself back or overthinking it or anything like that. Like, you're letting yourself have it reasonably. Like, you still have your boundaries in place. We see that with the Nine of Wands. Like, you're still secure in yourself with the Queen of Wands. You're not being like reckless, but you're also not confining yourself and out of fear of being hurt, holding yourself back. So with beauty and autumn here specifically, you may notice this happen a lot in autumn season, or maybe during the fall and autumn, you might see this version of you really starting to emerge. Because we did have spring with the bear card, and right now we're in spring, so we just exited winter, which this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, it'll apply just when this video will go up. We'll have already closed out winter and started to enter, or about to, I'm pretty sure actually, we're about to enter spring. We haven't fully entered it yet, but we're on the cusp of that. Which is, I'm pretty sure exactly what the bear card said. Then we have moving forward and ancestral healing. Pile 1, your last message from Spirit is that your beautiful soul is emerging. All of the work that you're doing right now, whether you realize it or not, is healing your ancestry. It's healing all of the wounds that you've been carrying within yourself from your ancestry. And you have been doing some major freaking healing. Like, this isn't little. It seems like you've been going through a huge period. It may have lasted a long while. I don't think you just started this journey. It seems like you've been on it for maybe some years now. Because we have 2 kings here representing your current energy. And with this ancestral healing card, this is not something you just started, and you've learned a lot and you've cleared out a lot. So much baggage and trauma and wounds from your ancestry has been cleared out by you, and it is allowing you to truly emerge, your true soul to emerge through. So keep going forward, keep moving forward. You're literally on the cusp right now. You're doing this work right now, and this part of you is about to emerge full force. And also, if there's anything that you've been stuck in, with this moving forward card, Spirit is telling me that as this version of you emerges, those things that you've been stuck on are going to naturally clear out. Because it's not necessarily you being stuck because of your doing per se, but it's more of like you needed to learn and clear these things out so you can move forward. And because you're already doing that, and like we said, you've already learned your lessons, or you're learning them right now and you're closing this chapter out, you're about to move forward big time. And there's very little things that are going to be able to hold you back. It seems like there's a lot of forward movement and a lot of forward progress coming your way. And also, I feel like with air here, it's like the element of air is going to help push you forward. And Spirit is saying, Pile 1, you've got this. As this version of you emerges, nothing is going to hold you back. What you set your sights on, what you set your vision. So Pile 1, my camera cut off because my storage was full. So don't be like me, make sure you double check your storage. But I think I was talking about this moving forward card, and the message that was coming through, that this version of you that's emerging has such a powerful energy. Because of all the work that you've done, your energy is becoming so much stronger and so much more capable of holding space for things, so nothing can really hold you back. And even if things happen that try to block you or create things like that, or where you might even get stuck, you're able to deal with it and move on. I feel like there's also this message with this moving forward card. I like literally finished all of this and then I realized that it was closed. So what I was saying with this moving forward card was, if you have been holding on to things, whether that's items, relationships, situations, stories, whatever, Spirit is really encouraging you to start moving away from that, to really leave that in the past and move on. If you need to declutter old stuff and like literally get rid of attachments in that way, do so, because it's really going to help to bring this version of you out, because this version of you that's emerging isn't going to have time for past baggage. Like, this version of you no longer has the energy or the capacity to hold on to past baggage. You've got so many other beautiful things happening that there's no reason to hold on to the past. And Spirit wants you to pat yourself on the back, like congratulate yourself, really acknowledge the effort that you've put in, because it's important to acknowledge that. Spirit is saying, by acknowledging the effort that you've put in, it will give you the courage you need to continue moving forward. I also feel like with this ancestor card, your ancestors are also coming through to thank you for the healing and work that you've done, to thank you for all of the effort that you've put into yourself, into healing past wounds and stuff, because even if you don't realize it, you have done so much to heal your ancestral lineage. So pile 1, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Sorry it cut off. There was so much more that I said, but like, I guess the thing is that it cut off because Spirit is saying that you already know. You're already full of this wisdom. You already have all these messages within you. So like, I really don't need to repeat it because Spirit has already given it to you directly. And I feel like a lot of this is just confirmation to keep going forward, or encouragement to keep going forward, because what you're doing is working, and this version of you that's emerging is going to like fast track your life. Like, you've already done so much of the work. Now you're just going to be speeding through, not speeding through life, but like you're finally going to be leaping and like moving forward. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated or you liked it, then like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye. Hello pile 1, how are you doing? Let me know in the comment section below. You've chosen this aquamarine crystal, and I'm going to keep it right here. And if you're ready to fully embody your Empress energy, Empress Codes is for you. The link is in the description box. If you're interested, check it out. And you can also purchase tarot readings and personal tarot readings and coaching calls through the link in my description box. So check that out. Now let's get into your reading. Let's take a look at your current energy. We have the Bee, and I want to pull tarot for that. So Spirit, what is pile 2's current energy? What is pile 2's current energy? Whoops. We have the Queen of Swords. A lot of air energy in your pile. And the 10 of Cups. So pile 2, I feel like you are working on elevating your mind right now, removing any limiting beliefs and trying to silence the overwhelming thoughts or any negative thoughts. I also feel like you may have been working on emotional healing and tapping into your emotions to raise your vibration. But I'm going to be really honest with you. It seems like there's a lot of noise around you, or that your mind is just really active to the point where it might be a little difficult to hear your own inner guidance and voice at times. And I do feel called to say that you really need some time in silence without distractions, just because this energy seems a little bit chaotic and mentally exhausting. And I do feel like your focus, though, is in the right area. You are focused on the right thing, on uplifting yourself and bringing more happiness in, despite whatever situations you're going through. And And I'm also feeling that you might be working on your heart center in specific and trying to soften there. And I feel like you have been working a lot on your mindset and, like we said, elevating your mind. And I do feel like a lot of your focus, your thoughts, and your energy is on your family or on your community and the ones you loved. Like, it seems like your energy is very much being directed in that area because we have this 10 of Cups here. I also feel like you're really working on overcoming any past wounds and pains. And with this Queen of Swords here, I'm feeling called to mention that, like, even in the coldest of environments, life can still happen, things can still grow. So let's see the version of you that is emerging. We have the Owl here and Saturn. I do want to mention with Saturn that some of you could be going through a Saturn return, or you could be, the version of you that's emerging could be one that is aligning with this Saturn energy of like discipline, of learning lessons. Like, take this as it applies for your situation. Some of you could be exiting a like period of time of learning a lot of lessons and things like that. For others of you, this could be starting. You could be starting that work right now. And again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing or like a heavy thing. Sometimes I think Saturn gets a worse rep than it actually is. It's just learning lessons. Like, if you're in school and you go to your class, you're here to learn a lesson, right? Like, whatever that is that you're there to learn. It doesn't always have to be such a painful process. Sometimes it's really fun, and it's just up to you what you make of it, really. So yeah, let's move on to pulling your tarot cards for this. Spirit, what version of pile 2 is emerging? What is the version of pile 2 that is emerging? Wow. I also find it fascinating that this deck happens to have owls on the back of it. And I just realized that you have an owl here as the version of you that's emerging. So that's confirmation. We have a lot of cards here. So we have the Ace of Swords, the Star, and the Wide World, which is the World card, with the 10 of Wands. I had to take a break while filming this because it was starting to become overwhelming. So I'm wondering if you have a lot of mental chatter or you're just being overstimulated with a lot of distractions at the moment. And maybe you just need to take a break or step away in order to hear the downloads that are coming through for you. So this version that is emerging is the exact version you need to help you close out old wounds and cycles. This version is the one that's going to help you truly elevate your mind so it is no longer filled with heavy burdens or overactive thoughts and a lot of external noise. So you can finally hear your inner voice and you can finally quiet the chatter in your mind. You do have a lot of 10 energy here, and also with this World card, which is the last card in the Major Arcana, and it signifies the closing of a chapter, the closing of a cycle, of a significant cycle. And with all this 10 energy and Saturn here, it seems like you are on your way to closing out a pretty big cycle in your life. And it's kind of interesting because pile 1 had a similar energy to it, so some of you may have been called towards pile 1, but yours is a little bit different because yours deals heavily with the mind. I think a lot of this is burdens and weights that you've been carrying in your mind. Notice how many like sword cards you have. You have the Queen of Swords here, you have the Ace of Swords here, and both of these animal cards have the air element on it. So feel like more than anything, this version of you is going to help bring you the exact clarity you need on this mentally draining situation that you've been dealing with in your life. And I'm also getting the feeling that this version is no longer going to be defined by your past struggles, but is going to start to change that story around to be one of empowerment. And I feel like this version of you that's emerging is one that has a new vision for themselves. I feel like you're finally accepting that whatever it was that you've been dealing with is no longer something that you want to continue dealing with moving forward. So it seems like a new vision is developing for yourself. I also feel like this version is truly an observer. And what I mean by that is like you're going to be able to observe your thoughts and others so much stronger. Like if you think about an owl, they really observe their environment. And I feel like that's going to be you. This version of you that's emerging is one that is able to observe your mind and your unconscious thoughts and patterns. And through this observation, you're going to get a really strong understanding of your patterns and the things that you can start to do to break them. But I also feel like you're going to be able to observe other people around you without being personally attached to how they're behaving. And it's almost like that thing of just letting people show their true colors. I feel like this version of you that's emerging is going to be so much more open to just letting people show you who they truly are. So you're not wearing rose-colored glasses and possibly missing red flags. And I feel like that's really going to help you worry less about being hurt and, again, be able to catch red flags in the moment. And you may even notice, because with this owl, I'm thinking of like night owl, that this version of you that's emerging may enjoy the nighttime more, may enjoy the quiet and peacefulness of nighttime, so that you can think and process through all the stuff that is going on. And just, you may actually get a lot of downloads and wisdom during the night. Really, I just feel like the version of you that's emerging is one that is bringing peace to your mind, is learning the lessons, is going through all that and closing cycles out and no longer repeating those cycles. I feel like your mind is done with being overwhelmed and having a lot of weight on it. And I think this version of you that's emerging is finally ready to settle all of that and clear things out and close this old chapter and old stories and old cycles and look to something new. This past stuff is closing. What do you want moving forward? I feel like that's what this version of you that's emerging is going to be answering and exploring. So now let's take a look and see why this is happening. Why is this version of pile 2 emerging? We have the Page of Wands here. With this Page of Wands, also pile 2, I'm all of a sudden feeling very tired in your energy. So I feel like the reason that this is happening is because there may have been a lot of stuff draining your energy. I feel like your mind is just tired and your energy is tired. It's like it's ready for something new. You're ready to close out these chapters. You're ready to start something new. You're ready to learn and to grow and to alchemize the pains of your past, or to alchemize the stories of your past to be something uplifting for you. I feel like you're just finally ready. Like you're sick and tired of the same routine or the same thing over and over again, the same cycles, and you're ready for something new. You may have a desire for a change and or a desire to grow out of your current situation, and that's what's bringing this version of you to life. I also feel like you may have wanted to connect to your inner child, and that could possibly be bringing this version of you to life. And for some of you, this could also be a child that you have that's bringing this version out. And I don't mean that this child is literally a young child. It could be any aged child. It doesn't matter. But it seems like for some of you, your children or your child is bringing this version of you out. And for others of you, I'm also hearing that this could be a future child that's assisting you. So like, take what resonates, but I feel like it's either your inner child, a future child, or your current child that is wanting to bring this version out so you can have some more fun and you're not being energetically drained. You're finally ready to move on. You're finally ready to close these chapters out. You're finally ready to make the changes necessary so you can reclaim your power. I feel like you're ready to finally just have some vitality and some energy and not be leaking your thoughts in every direction, not be leaking your mental energy in every direction. I feel like you're ready to connect to your life force energy, and it seems like something you did activated this. Actually, something you recently started has activated this, and you're finally ready to just continue moving forward, tapping into your life force energy, connecting to the fire within you, reclaiming your power and reclaiming your energy and your vitality for life, and moving away from these energy drainers and these weights that have been holding you back. Let's see what aspects of you are shedding as this version of you emerges. What aspects of pile 2 are they shedding? Yeah, that. We also have the 8 of Wands at the bottom. More owls? That's wild. Owls are very significant for your pile. So I would look into messages from owls or any... You know what? Let me just read from this. I wasn't really feeling called to it, but right now I am. So let's just read and see what it says. Okay, we have abundance, clairvoyant treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, secure. When out of balance, money quarrels, scarcity. To bring into balance, an offering. So for some of you, you may have been dealing with financial difficulties. And if that's the case, I did a whole reading on money blocks, and the extended is free, and it's a clearing for your money blocks. So if you're interested in that, check that out. But I'm feeling like this version of you that's emerging may also be holding more space for wealth. You might even be getting more ideas on how to create more wealth, or where to place your energy so that you're maximizing your day-to-day energy and your vitality. Like, so you're basically not leaking energy into the wrong areas that are just draining you and not pouring back into you. For the aspects of you that you're shedding, we have the Hermit and the 9 of Swords. So I feel like fear-based mentalities that keep you hidden in the dark, and I also feel like just hiding away in general. Like, I think you're finally shedding aspects of you that have been hidden away out of fear. So if you've been like dimming your light out of fear of how other people will see you, I feel like you're going to be shedding those aspects. Or maybe you just haven't been sharing what's on your mind. You haven't been communicating. You haven't been allowing yourself to be seen and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Especially with all of this air elements and air energy here, I'm getting this huge feeling that a lot of this has to do with communication. I feel like you've been holding back communication. You may not have been saying what's actually on your mind. You may not have been expressing yourself to the people around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones. You may not have been fully expressing yourself, or maybe you don't even understand it fully, so it's hard for you to express it to others, whatever's been going on in your mind. And I feel like the aspects of you that you're shedding is continuing to keep these things quiet. I think you're finally allowing yourself to explain what's been going on mentally for you or in your life to those you care about, or to those who care about you. I think you're finally ready to let other people in to your life and into your problems, instead of trying to just do everything yourself. I think you're finally shedding that aspect of like hyper independence and being more open to sharing with others what's been going on, and being more communicative and seeking and asking for help when you need it. Looking for the help that you need when you need it. I feel like you're shedding aspects of you that tried to do everything on their own and didn't really seek the help they needed. I'm also feeling a lot of blocks in my heart and my throat chakra. So I'm wondering if there's a lot of pains that you have been storing there that you haven't fully allowed yourself to express and release. And maybe that's something that you're working on right now. But I feel like as this version of you emerges, you're going to be much more willing to express these things, to let go of these fears of how somebody is going to perceive you, or how people will judge you, or what people will think about all the things that have been going on. And I feel like you're going to be more open to letting people into your inner world. I think you're going to be more open and honest about the struggles that you've been facing, and asking for help when you need it, and being more open to any advice you may get externally, because sometimes when we have a lot on our mind and there's just a lot going on, our mind might be overwhelmed. It's hard for us to hear our own intuition, and that may be the aspect of you that you're shedding, is the overwhelming thoughts and noise that is not allowing you to hear your own inner voice. But if that is happening for you, sometimes that is when seeking that external help can be so beneficial. I'm really feeling called to mention that pile 2, if you need help, if you need that support, definitely seek it, ask for it, look for that support, because trying to do it all on your own may just be a struggle that you don't need to go through, because you might have other people who are willing to help you, who may have gone through similar situations, whose advice could be really beneficial, or whose just support in general in your life could be really beneficial. And keeping these things to yourself, trying to like lone wolf it, might just add to your struggles and your stress. All right, let's see what last message Spirit has for you. Spirit, whoa. This is a lot, but we have dance, rejuvenation, creativity, soul retrieval, and truth and integrity. But it's a lot of cards. I'm feeling like be honest with yourself and how you're doing. It's not going to serve you to pretend like you're doing well to the external world, or even to yourself, like to sugarcoat things when under the surface you're actually not doing so great. So be honest with yourself on how you're doing and how you're feeling, and ask for the support and help you need. Spirit, what message would you like to give pile 2? What message would you like to give pile 2 to end this reading? Wow. We have I am presence, self-expression, and challenge. All right, I feel like just reading this card for you because it's very accurate. And again, I'm feeling so tired in your energy. So pile 2, I definitely feel like you need to rest. Your mind is carrying way too much and it's draining you so heavily. So let's see, you have attracted this powerful high vibrational card into your awareness today as a reminder that your I am presence is calling for your attention. Your higher self, the light of your soul, the all-loving, all-wise, and all-knowing aspect of the self that is available to you all times, is your I am presence. That's your presence. You are deeply connected to the love and wisdom of the universe, and this aspect of your soul is now awakening within you strongly. This presence always whispers words of wisdom and guidance to assist you on life's journey. Have you been asking for guidance of late? Have you been feeling lost and lacking in inspiration? Are you disconnected and confused? Whatever you are currently experiencing, your higher self is here to guide the way. Understand that your prayers have been answered and you have entered into a time of awakening and deeper knowing as your presence and higher self is here to remind you that you're never alone and you have everything you require to move through this time. It's time for you to trust and follow your wisdom as you embrace your mastery, knowing that you're an embodiment and expression of the God source at all times. You are encouraged to connect and to become more aware of this aspect within yourself. Take some time for yourself, stop, connect, and listen to your soul as it has divine guidance for you. It would be highly beneficial to practice the art of meditation, as this will assist with connecting to your presence at its deepest level. Yeah, I feel like your energy right now just needs a lot of like cleansing and space and time to just rest and relax. I also feel with this challenge card here is that you may be facing quite a few challenges in your life right now, or that you've just gone through, and that may be still draining you. So I feel like exploring these challenges and seeing what is draining your energy, because something in your energy is really draining you, and I feel like the version of you that's emerging is learning what that is and how to deal with it, how to navigate it. And if you have prayed to end this or prayed to like deal with this situation, then maybe that's why this version is emerging right now, to help you deal with it. It's almost like your higher self is connecting with you right now to help you deal with the challenges that you're facing. Like we said, pile 2, make sure that you're expressing yourself and you're allowing yourself, whether that's through journaling, speaking with somebody else, or whatever form of expression would best help you. Spirit is encouraging you to do that because it's going to really benefit your energy to get that out of you. Instead of trying to store that within you and just cover it up or just store it deep down, I feel like it's really, really important for you to express these things so they're not weighing you down, because there's just a lot of things right now that are weighing on your mind and your energy, and learning how to express them. That could also be emotions that have been blocked and needing expression. Like with this Queen of Swords, sometimes the shadow aspect of the Queen of Swords is blocked emotions. So for some of you, you could have these emotions that are blocked, and those need to be expressed so your energy isn't being drained in that area. Pile 2, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated or you liked the reading, like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video reading. Bye. Hello pile 3, how are you doing? Let me know in the comment section below. You've chosen this tiger's eye crystal, and I'm going to keep it right here. And if you are ready to embody your full Empress energy, check out Empress codes. The link is in the description box. And if you wanted to book any personal coaching calls or tarot readings, the link for that is also in the description box. Now let's get into your reading. First, we're going to start off with your energy check and your oracles. So actually, we're going to get one oracle and then pull the tarot for your energy check. So we have Firefly for your current energy. Spirit, what is pile 3's current energy? What is pile 3's current energy? I did want to say that actually as soon as I tapped into your energy, I was feeling a lot of self-doubt. So right now you could be working through limiting beliefs, self-doubt, and any like thoughts that are limiting you in any way. You could be dealing with that or working through that. Let's get one more. We have the Knight of Cups. Can I get one more card to see pile? Thank you. Ooh, I love this. You have the Magician with the moon at the bottom. So it does seem like you're working on your subconscious patterns, your subconscious belief system. So like I said, pile 3, I feel like you're working on removing any self-doubt or any limiting beliefs. You're really working on your subconscious mind and reprogramming that. And also I feel like with this magician here, you're working on manifesting something pretty big. I would say that you're really working on understanding your inner spark and your inner light. It seems like you're working on understanding yourself on a deeper level, and some of you might be specifically trying to manifest a relationship, like a romantic relationship. But your current energy seems like it's really focused on creating the life of your dreams, on creating things that you love in your life, on creating in general, on creation, on acting from your inspiration, and really trying to actively create a life that you love living. I feel like you're really tapping into and connecting to your light, your inner light, and your or inspiration. What inspires you? I feel like you're really figuring that out right now. I also feel like there's a specific message here that some of you are specifically trying to manifest a new car or a car in general. So take that if it resonates. But more than anything, I feel like you're learning how to bring your spark to life and create the things that you want in your life. And part of this creation process is removing the limiting beliefs or the self-doubts or the subconscious beliefs and patterns that would hinder this creation process, or that may block you from being able to open up to these things that you desire. Overall though, pile 3, your energy is really powerful right now. And I would say that this time frame right now, whenever you're watching this, because this is a timeless reading, you are in like the flow state, or you're about to enter the state of flow. And you might notice that things start to really pick up for you, and that your manifestations end up happening a lot quicker during this time. This is really beautiful, strong, and powerful energy. And you might even notice that things are happening really fast for you. So if you do want to specifically manifest something, I think setting that intention during this time is going to be incredibly powerful, just because the energies around you and your energy right now are so aligned with that. So now let's see the version of you that is emerging. We're going to pull your tarot as well. We have Venus and Turtle, which I'm pretty sure in a lot of Asian cultures, the turtle is considered a lucky animal. So I feel like just off seeing this right here, if you are trying to manifest a relationship, I feel like it's like happening for you. The version of you that's emerging is making that happen, or you're aligning with the exact version of you that you would need to be for this relationship that you want. And if it has nothing to do with the relationship and just the dream life that you're trying to manifest, or whatever it is that you're trying to bring in and create for yourself, I feel like this version of you that's emerging is the exact version that is aligned with this. And you're bringing more beauty and love and like wealth to your life. There's like abundance flowing in and good luck. So this is already super powerful and super beautiful. I'm really excited to see what we get for your tarot. Spirit, what version of pile 3 is emerging? What version of pile 3 is emerging? I want to say that I feel like in the beginning when I tapped into your energy, like I said, there was a lot of like self-doubt and limiting beliefs that were coming through, and a lot of overactive thinking. But I feel like this is you right now. You're overcoming that, or you've just overcome that. And it seems like as you continue on, that's no longer even going to be a thing. Like the work that you're doing to remove these blocks and work on your subconscious is rapidly changing you and bringing things in for you quickly. So Spirit, what version of pile 3 is emerging? What version of pile... Whoa. Wow, that's the moon. Did fall reverse, so we're going to take it. And I want to take one more. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm telling you, pile 3, the version of you that is emerging is going to feel so much more wealthy and abundant. This Queen of Pentacles with the turtle and Venus, like there's abundance flowing to you. And I feel like even if your financial level doesn't change, this is you feeling more abundant. This is you bringing that or awakening that feeling. And because you awaken that feeling, you may notice that actually you are attracting in more abundance into your life, or you're just feeling very grounded and like secure in yourself and enjoying your material world. Like even with Venus, this planet is about enjoying the material realm, creating beauty and luxury in your material realm. And so I feel like even turtle is, I mean, this is a water element here with turtle, but I would associate turtle with earth as well. Or maybe tortoise is more like earth element. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But regardless, I feel like you're connecting deeper to your emotions, and this version of you that's emerging is going to be feeling so wealthy and so abundant and very fulfilled in your material life. Spirit, can I get one more card on what version of pile 3 is emerging? Thank you. We have the Two of Swords with the Ace of Wands at the bottom. So with all of this energy here, one, I want to say that I'm feeling very calm and very relaxed in your energy, which wasn't the case when I initially tapped in. So I'm getting the sense that this version of you that's emerging has so much more clarity. And even if they're still a little bit guarded and cautious, underneath it all, I feel like you have a greater understanding of yourself and of the direction that you want to move in. And I think you're very aligned. This version of you that's emerging is extremely aligned with their purpose and their path. And whatever work you're doing to manifest, this version of you that's emerging is taking that action slowly but surely. Like it doesn't seem like you're moving super quickly, although we do have the Ace of Wands here, which is kind of making me feel like this firefly energy here. So I wonder if like right now you're developing the foundation that you'll need for this version to emerge to help you build on these manifestations or this life that you want to create for yourself. And I also feel like this version of you that's emerging is learning how to act on inspiration without overthinking it and without being so concerned with like analyzing that inspiration. I feel like you're learning to act on inspiration when it comes to you, but also not recklessly, because we do have this Two of Swords here. I do think that this version of you is still being very cautious and aware, but I feel like the blindfold is coming off. Like this moon here is telling me that you're uncovering this. It may just take some time. You're moving a little bit slowly, but that is a good thing, because the things that you're building, this version of you that's emerging, is learning how to build stability over the long term, is learning how to be consistent and make something last over a long period of time, instead of just like being burnt out with the initial rush of energy. So again, if this goes to a relationship, because that seems to be coming up a lot, like it could be anything, you know, this could even be love for yourself, this could be your dream life, but relationship just keeps coming to me. So I'm guessing for the majority of you, that's the thing that you're looking for here. And even if you are in a relationship, this could still be you uncovering deeper aspects of you, which is helping your current relationship to ground and become more stable. But this version of you that's emerging is learning how to still be passionate and take passion, but extend it over a long period of time, so you're not becoming burnt out and things are not just a quick spark and then moving on. I hope that makes sense. It's like things are being built for the long term. And I also want to read from this turtle card for you. We have ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt to bring into balance an adventure. So with that, I'm really, again, feeling like you guys are taking your time. This version of you that's emerging is learning to take your time and build things out to last, but it's creating beauty and wealth and love in your environment. I feel like this version of you that's emerging is one that has the clarity and knows what direction to move in, and even if they move a little bit slow, they still take the actions necessary. And the other thing that was coming to me was that this version of you is deeply connected to your emotions, is deeply connected to your heart center. I feel like you're opening up your heart center, even if it seems a little bit slow, opening up to bringing love into receiving in life and to entering more feminine energy. I definitely feel like this version of you that's emerging is far more feminine and more connected to your feminine energy, regardless of gender. That just has to do with our energies in general. Everybody has masculine and feminine, and I feel like this version of you is starting to connect to your feminine energy, and you're cutting through any illusions or any distractions. I also feel like if you've had any addictive tendencies or any struggles in that area, this version of you that's emerging is starting to work on that and really cut through those things and cut through any illusions that you may have been holding on to, or any attachments as well. I'm hearing any emotional, yes, pile 3, any emotional attachments that you've had from the past. This version of you that's emerging is cutting through that. Those emotional attachments are no longer going to be weighing you down. Like, it seems like you're really working on removing those things, closing those things out, and moving on. And just focusing on, like, this Venus card is so perfect for your reading because you're focused on creating beauty in your life, creating love in your life, bringing in more abundance and that beautiful feeling of like security and loving your life truly. Like, I feel like that's where your attention and focus is. Like, what do I need in order to feel loved? What do I need in order to create a beautiful and loving environment around me? I feel like the version of you that's emerging is answering that question. Don't be surprised, pile 3, if you start to notice people more interested in you, people more attracted to you, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. This version of you that's emerging is extremely attractive and alluring and a little bit mysterious to people. Like, people are still trying to figure you out, but they're so captivated by you. So don't be surprised if you start to have a lot more people looking at you, wanting to be in your presence or in your energy, wanting to come up to talk to you. Because I feel like this version of you is very magnetic and it's gonna naturally attract a lot of attention, even if some of you may not want it. Like, I'm hearing some of you are like, please don't, I'm not trying to have that much attention. But this version of you that's emerging is naturally very alluring and captivating. So, you know, just be mindful that a lot of people are going to be looking your way. The last thing I'm getting is, for some of you, you might actually even be going through a glow up where you might even notice that your skin, your hair, your like features even, I'm hearing, are starting to like look better, feel better. Maybe you're even drinking more water, which might be helping your skin to feel healthier. Like, I feel like you're just gonna feel more healthy and more full of life, and this version of you that's emerging is going to look fuller. So now let's see why this is happening. Spirit, why is this happening? Why is this version of them emerging? Why is this version of pile 3 emerging? Oh. We have the Seven of Pentacles here with the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom. I'm curious, have you been working on something like with this Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom? It seems like you've been working very diligently or consistently at something. This could be your manifestations, whatever it is, like you've been very patient and putting in a lot of effort and work towards something. And that's why this version of you is emerging finally, maybe to help assist you in these manifestations, if that's what you've been working on, or to help assist you in, for some of you, you may have been even trying to manifest like better skin or like a healthier body. Like you might have been trying to manifest good health and or even fertility for some of you, because we do have the moon here. So that may be some things that you've been working on. And the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that this version of you is emerging to help you with whatever it is that you've been working to manifest, whatever you've been putting this consistent energy towards, working to build on, working on, and being very patient with. Like you've been very patient. So your patience is paying off. Your patience is bringing this version of you to life. Just your hard work in general, your patience, your dedication, all of that is bringing this version out. I feel like you've been putting your energy in the right areas. You've been focusing your attention in the right areas. You've been also putting your you've been physically putting your energy into the right areas. And that's what's bringing this version of you to life. All of those things are helping to up-level you and upgrade you. And for some of you, I'm getting a very specific message that if you've been taking care of somebody, I feel like that is helping this version to emerge as well. It's like your efforts there are paying off. And Spirit has recognized that you've been very focused and determined and putting in a lot of effort to care about these people that have been placed in your charge, whether those are children or other people that have come into your life. That dedication and that like not being selfish, not to say that like, I'm not saying that taking care of yourself is a bad thing, but I feel like in this case, you caring for others is also helping to bring this version of you out, because you're starting to also learn to honor yourself along that journey. So it's like you don't have to give up caring for others to care for yourself, but you also don't have to give up caring for yourself to care for others. I think you're learning to balance those things. And the last thing I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles is that if you've done any grounding work, or specifically if you started to work with your root chakra, I feel like that's also helping to bring this version of you out. And I also feel like if you have been, that's helping your manifestations too. It's helping your manifestations progress and come in quicker. So, and if you're not, then maybe this is your sign to start working on your root chakra and grounding your energies, because I think that's really going to help you. Now let's see what aspects of you are shedding. What aspects of them are they shedding? What aspects of pile 3? Ooh. We have the Page of Swords here. I feel like getting one more. Oh, and then we have Strength. Okay. I feel like getting one more. What aspects of pile 3 are they shedding? How do you want this to be? Knight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The first thing that's coming to me with this Page of Swords and Knight of Pentacles is that for some of you, you're shedding being a beginner at something, or being a novice at something, aspects of you that were necessary to begin something. For others of you, this could also be a belief around hard work, having to work hard at something, or having this belief that in order to get your desires, it will take a lot of time, or it'll take a lot of effort, it will take a lot of work. Like things around that, those beliefs, those aspects of you that were holding on to those beliefs are being shed. And I'm also hearing that you're maturing. So the aspects of you that were from your childhood or your inner child are being shed because you're starting to come out of that. And I'm not saying that your inner child is going away or that you're not going to have fun. No. What I'm saying is that you're evolving and you're maturing. So like the aspects of you that were born out of necessity for your childhood self, those aspects are being shed because you don't need those anymore, and you've like outgrown them, so they don't really serve you, and if anything they may hinder you at times. And any aspects of you that doubted your strength and your capabilities, your inner power, those aspects are also being shed. I feel like this version of you that's emerging is going to start to show yourself that actually you are extremely strong and powerful, and that what you desire you can 100% create. And so anything that was doubting that, or that was trying to create like blocks in you around that, those aspects are being shed. You're no longer going to believe those things. And I feel like you're going to really start to see your own strength and power. All right, let's get into Spirit's final message for you. Spirit, what final message do you have for pile 3? What final message? Ooh, thank you. Ooh, we have the Divine Masculine. It's so fascinating that we have Sun here, and you had the Sun card at the bottom of this when I was shuffling. So, and Pisces is underneath that. So some of you could be a Pisces, or Pisces placement could be significant in your chart, even Taurus or Libra, I'm thinking, because of Venus here. Or if you want, see where your Venus is located in your chart, or where you have your Taurus and Libra placements, because like in what house, because those things could be significant to giving you an even deeper understanding of this version of you that's emerging. So we have the Divine Masculine here with the Sun card, or with Sun, and we have Healer. I'm hearing a few different messages for this. The first thing that's coming through is that you can find healing even in your masculine energy. You can build a beautiful connection with your masculine energy without having to compromise or throw out your feminine energy. That your masculine energy is not something to fear or something to walk away from, but it's something to embrace, because it's just as much part of you as your feminine energy. And so working with your masculine energy, honoring your masculine energy's desires for growth, expansion, things like that, is honoring you, because those desires are there for a reason. And the other thing is that your energy is naturally already a very healing presence. So I feel like this journey of connecting to your masculine energy is one to help you set some boundaries, so people aren't just taking from your healing energy and not contributing to your life. I feel like you have such a healing light that a lot of people can be attracted to it just to fill themselves up, and they can leave you feeling depleted. So be mindful of who you allow into your inner circle and who you give this healing energy to. And it's not to say that you have to block yourself off or anything like that, but just being mindful of it so that you're not surrounding yourself with energy vampires who are just draining you and not actually contributing anything to your life and your well-being. Your masculine energy is such a potent source of your light. It is warm, it is radiant, it is powerful, it brings life to others and to yourself. So connecting to your masculine energy is going to be so healing for you. I feel like you've already been working on that, it seems like, but Spirit is just encouraging you with that, to honor your masculine energy, to connect deeper to it, and not to neglect it in favor of your feminine energy, because that's still neglecting a part of you. And you need both. Both are extremely important. Because the feminine can't thrive without the masculine, and the masculine can't thrive without the feminine. Both need to be working together for harmony within us. All right, pile 3, this is where I'm going to be leaving your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated or you liked it, like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye. Hello pile 4, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments section below. You've chosen this citrine chunk, and I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And if you are ready to fully embody your Empress energy, Empress Codes is for you. The link is in the description box. If you're interested, check it out. And if you wanted to book personal tarot readings or coaching calls, the link for that is also in the description box. Now let's get into your cards. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is your current energy, and we have the hyena. Let's pull your cards. So Spirit, what is pile 4's current energy? What is pile 4's current energy? We have the Knight of Wands. Can I get one more card? And the Ace of Cups. All right. We have the Three of Cups at the bottom. Like, take what applies for your situation, but you might be trying to impulsively rush into something, or you're like acting on impulse and desire at the moment. And for some of you, I'm feeling like you're actually masking how you're feeling about somebody or about a certain situation. You may not be fully expressing how a certain situation is making you feel, or acknowledging your feelings. I feel like there may be some like masking going on, and maybe that's something that you're working on, and you're working on uncovering how you're actually feeling and recognizing your deeper emotions. But I also feel like for many of you, your focus and your energy right now is on relationships, specifically like romantic relationships, but also friendships and things of that nature, like friendships for some of you. That just keeps coming through, and I'm not here to judge, I'm just saying what's coming through. There seems to be a lot of that type of energy here. But if that doesn't resonate, don't take it, obviously. I think the bigger thing here is that energetically right now, it seems like you're glancing over or just pushing aside your feelings about something, trying to shove them away. Like, there's just this feeling of covering up how you're truly feeling inside, underneath. Some of you could even be dealing with like third-party situations. This doesn't necessarily have to be like third-party in terms of relationships. This could also be, because like we have this Three of Cups here, this could be like juggling multiple things. Maybe you're trying to build out a relationship or trying to build out a dream of yours or a goal, like you're trying to work on it, but you have other things going on. Like, take it as it applies to your situation. I feel like I'm gonna read from the hyena for you. We have humor, wit, and sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. Yeah, I feel like that very much sums up your current energy. I do feel like you want love and you want to open up your heart space, but I do also think that you're afraid to explore your heart space and the feelings there, because you might not be entirely comfortable with feelings and emotions and understanding and exploring them. Though because this is coming out as your current energy, that might be something that you're starting to open up to. because it is in the upright position. So I do feel like for many of you, that's something that you're starting to acknowledge and work on and open up to. But it may have just been a bit of a struggle. And for some of you, you may struggle letting people into your heart space and into your emotional world, maybe because you don't fully understand it, or because you may be afraid of feeling or being seen as vulnerable, like being vulnerable to another person in relationships. So you might try to keep things a little bit surface level, even though deep down you desire something far more committed or something far deeper. But your fear, maybe fear of attachment, fear of emotions, those things might be keeping you from pursuing the deeper things that you want. And again, this doesn't have to do with relationships. This could literally be like the actual life that you want, the dreams that you have in your life. You may be afraid of pursuing those dreams because maybe you're afraid that it's not going to work out, or you're afraid that things will crumble, or whatever your fear is. Maybe you're fearing judgment from others, and all of those things could be keeping you just living surface level and not truly honoring your desires. So now let's finally see the version of you that is emerging. We have water, and we have panther with beaver. It is also interesting that you have a lot of fire and water energy here. So a lot of cups and wand, but these are also, the hyena and the panther are fire element, and the beaver is water, and you literally have water here. So there's a lot of like passion and desire here and emotions, but maybe not enough grounding, not enough like practical actions, not enough sustained action here. Let's see the version of you that is emerging. Spirit, what version of pile 4 is emerging? You may even notice that you have this rush of energy, and you may struggle to sustain that rush of energy for some of you. So Spirit, what version of pile 4 is emerging? What version of pile 4 is emerging? That's beautiful. You have the Ace of Pentacles. It did come out reverse, but that's still a really good sign. Can I get one more card, Spirit, on the version of pile 4 that is emerging? Nine of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Cups at the bottom. So this version of you with this 8 of Cups at the bottom here is walking away from anything that has been financially draining you, that has been draining your stability, any parts of you even that have been doing that, or any people or any situations that you've been placing yourself in that have been draining you financially, that have been draining you mentally, that have been draining you emotionally and energetically, that have been creating blocks in your life. I feel like this version of you, that is emerging, is walking away from that, is no longer investing in that. I feel like this version of you that's emerging is becoming much more wiser into where you invest your energy and your time, your sexual energy as well. Again, you're looking for depth. This version of you that's emerging is looking for depth. I feel like you may be getting tired or bored of surface level things, no matter how passionate they may feel in the beginning. Again, like the relationship stuff keeps coming up, but this could apply across the board. Take it as it resonates. But it seems like this version of you that's emerging is no longer going to be available for surface level things. You want depth and you want stability in your life, and you're creating that. Like, this version of you is taking the time to create depth and stability and prosperity, even if it takes effort. So it seems like this version of you is not afraid of effort, and is also no longer afraid of your emotions or acknowledging them and expressing them, is no longer afraid of connecting to people on a deeper level, is no longer afraid of being hurt by connecting to people on a deeper level. Because there may be this fear right now that if you drop the mask and you let people see who you truly are and you let people into your inner world, they may run away or they may hurt you, they may take advantage of that. But I feel like this version of you is starting to connect to yourself deeper, and so you're starting to understand that even if somebody does that, it shows more on their character and it exposes them. So you can make your decision on whether you want those type of people in your life. But if you never give that opportunity or leave that space for them to be exposed, you may go years thinking that they're one way when they're actually not, and they could be draining you in so many different ways. The focus of this version is building out long-term stability, is realizing your long-term goals, is investing in your long-term vision, is no longer settling for just surface level or just like, you're not settling. This version of you that's emerging is not okay with settling, is not okay with just mediocre or mediocrity. This version of you is no longer available for that, is no longer accepting that, and isn't going to allow that to take place in your life. Also, there's a lot of heavy emphasis on finances here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like this version of you that's emerging is really learning how to manage your finances. And for some of you, you could be working to get out of debt if that's something that you've been struggling with, or you're working to up-level your finances. And I feel like this may take some time for you and it may take some effort, but it really does seem like this version is determined to make it happen, because they just don't want to settle for less. They don't want to settle for mediocre. They don't want to settle and just live how they've been living or how you've been living. It seems like they're fed up with that, and they're determined to make good things happen for you. But let's see why this version of you is emerging. Why is this version of pile 4 emerging, Spirit? I also feel like with this Ace of Pentacles and this Nine of Pentacles, this version of you that's emerging is looking for opportunities, is open to opportunities, and is willing to take the action on those opportunities when they present themselves. So even if it may seem a little bit slow in the beginning, it seems like this version of you is determined to get out of your financial situation and have better. Like, under the surface, there's a deeper desire for more. And this version of you that's emerging is taking the time to make that happen, is really putting effort into making that happen. And also, it seems like under the surface, there's a lot of opportunities available to you, but maybe right now you're not able to see it. I feel like this version of you that's emerging is going to see it and put in the effort there. So, and then we have this King of Cups here. I feel like you're also starting to understand your emotions and gain a better connection to them. So it's helping you to take opportunities when you see them and not doubt yourself. Spirit, why is this version of pile 4 emerging? Can we get one card to see why this version of pile 4 is emerging? Right, we have the 8. Oh, and look, we have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. Exactly what I was saying. Underneath all the layers, you have a deeper desire for more. You have this deep desire for greater abundance, for greater wealth, for a different life for yourself. And who you are right now, this version of you right now, I feel like needs to evolve in order to actually go after it, because at the moment you may not be capable of holding space for that or putting in the effort to go after these deeper desires. But this version of you that's emerging is overcoming that and is willing to put in the effort and the dedication that will be required to go after and realize your dreams and create more for yourself. So why is, oh wow, we have a lot. Why is this happening? We have the Chariot, the 8 of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. It's like we've been saying here, this is happening because you're ready to move forward. I feel like you may have been stuck in a cycle for a while now, and you're ready to move on from that. It seems like there's a lot of fire, a lot of passion here, which we can see even in your current energy. You have a lot of fire and a lot of passion, but I think it's being misdirected at the moment, and I feel like you're starting to get fed up with that. And you're just ready for a change. You're ready to move on. You're ready to come out of this like scarcity and have greater for yourself. I feel like you're done riding these waves and constantly having this up and down and no stability. I feel like you're done with the lack of stability in your life. And that's why this version of you is emerging, because you're really wanting to create more stability. You're fed up with not knowing, or with having these ups and downs and this instability and lack of direction. I feel like you're really ready to just start moving in a direction, start making things happen for yourself. And yeah, like you're ready for it. You're done with this old cycle. You're done with these old patterns. Like you're ready to move on to your bigger goals and dreams, and you're willing to take whatever action is necessary. And that's why this version of you is emerging, because you're finally ready. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to take all of this passionate energy of yours and ground it into something significant and take that action. And for some of you, the relationship stuff that I was getting in the beginning, you might be finally ready to express yourself to somebody. If you've had somebody on your heart or on your mind that you really feel connected to, or you feel really drawn to, you might finally be ready to open up to that person. And that's why this version of you is emerging, because now you're finally ready to open up and to have that long-term commitment, if that's something that you want with that person, or just even to open up about your desires and communicate and just move forward. Like I feel like you're finally ready to move forward with that, or towards that person, whatever it is. Apply it to your situation. And I'm also getting with the Chariot a very specific message that for some of you, this is happening because you're ready to travel and explore and see more of the world and expand your horizons. And some of you might even want a car. You may want a vehicle, or like a car, or the ability to travel. And your desire to travel and explore may mean that you need to have a certain level of finances so you can make that happen for yourself. And that might be why this version of you is emerging. So let's see what aspects of you are shedding. Spirit, what aspects of pile 4 are they shedding? What aspects of them are they shedding? The Ace of Swords. Lots of aces in, wow, and the King of Cups again. As I was saying, there's a lot of aces coming out in your reading. So I'm feeling like it's interesting too, because you have an ace coming out in your current energy. You have an ace coming out reversed in the version of you that's emerging. And you have an ace coming out here on the aspects that you're shedding. So I feel like you're shedding aspects of, again, surface level things, of just starting things, of like the high of a new beginning, things like that. Or like you're shedding getting an idea and then not taking action on it, getting an idea and then not putting and investing into that idea. I feel like you're shedding limiting beliefs and any thoughts and patterns that have been holding you back from realizing your goals, any fear-based thoughts and patterns that have been holding you back. And I also feel like you're cutting through the illusions. You're no longer lying to yourself. You're not living in this illusion or allowing the masks to like keep you away from your deeper emotions and your deeper feelings and desires. Like you're releasing all of that, because I feel like part of you is starting to realize that living on this surface level, or just living and not honoring your deeper desires, is slowly sapping you of your own life force energy. It's slowly making things less enjoyable. And I feel like you're not available for that anymore. I feel like you want something so much bigger, and now you're just ready to go after it. You're ready for this new beginning, and you're shedding any aspects of you that may try to hold you back from having that, or that may try to limit that, or discourage that. Any aspects of your mind that would discourage you from going after these things, that may try to trick you into staying small or anything like that, or keeping yourself where you're at, or not even wanting to explore your emotions and things like that. All of those are being shed. Those aspects of you are being shed. I also feel like throughout this reading, it's been a bit difficult tapping into your energy, and I feel like that's because you might be a little closed off to allowing people into your like deeper energies and your deeper feelings. So it seems like I can touch on the surface level, but anytime I try to get into like deeper questions, there's a block that comes up. And I feel like that's what you're releasing. That is the aspect of you that you're shedding, is these blocks that are keeping you from your deeper desires, or from opening up on a deeper level. Now let's take your last and final message from Spirit. Spirit, what last message would you... Whoa. We have challenge here. Your final message, pile 4, from Spirit is that don't be afraid of the challenge. The challenge will actually help you to grow, and it will give you the strength that you need to hold space for more. It will show you how strong you truly are. So don't back away from experiencing life out of fear of challenges. These challenges are there to help you grow. These challenges will truly make you feel empowered because you overcame them. You didn't allow them to stop you. A challenge isn't a roadblock. A challenge is an opportunity for growth. A challenge isn't meaning you can't achieve it, but rather the challenge is actually showing you that hell yeah, you can achieve it. So accept that challenge, because honestly, what's the point in life without a little bit of challenge? Like if you think about a video game, is it really fun to play a video game when you aren't being challenged? Like as an adult, playing Lego games are really not challenging at all. Those video games are not challenging. You breeze through them within like 10 seconds, and then you're kind of just left sitting there like, that was a waste of time. So not to say that every moment should be excruciatingly challenging in life, but challenges are kind of what make life interesting and fun. And if you accept these challenges, you will see that the reward is so amazing and it will be so fulfilling for you. And Spirit is just encouraging you not to back down because it seems like a challenge, but rather take this challenge as an opportunity for you to grow and understand that once you come over, or once you come out of this challenge, you're going to be a stronger, more resilient individual because of it. And you will also have gained the outcome of it, which is what you want, the dreams that you have being realized, the finances that you want, the stability that you're looking for. Like, you will get all of that. And again, it may just require you to step up to the plate. And I feel like that's already something that's happening here, because this version of you that's emerging is not backing down from the challenge. And I think Spirit is encouraging you right now to start opening yourself up to that and uplifting yourself and encouraging yourself that you have the strength and the ability to overcome these challenges, to face these challenges. These challenges are not greater than you, that you have exactly what you need in order to overcome this situation that you're facing right now. And I also want to say, because we have this soul awakening card, some of you could have gone through a spiritual awakening or are currently going through that, and that may be the challenge that you're facing. And trust that when you get out of that, you are going to feel so amazing, and you're also going to see just how much strength you have to achieve whatever it is that you want. So step into that, lean into that challenge, and it'll actually be a bit easier for you rather than fighting it and being resistant to it. Pile 4, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated or you liked it, like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video reading. Bye.